The line is so high.
Back post.
Chance to come forward, whipped in deep. Pele's there, timed it green and timed to perfection. Welcome along everyone to the FIFA main event presented by PlayStation Tournaments. And as always, bringing you the action of this one, myself, Brandon Smith, and joining me in the commentary booth is Richard Buckley. Rich, we're back for a good one, but more importantly, an all-Spaniard DUX Derby. Two former sort of competitors that went up against each other many times in a handful of tournaments, including the La Liga. Now teammates this year at DUX, one of our Masters squads in the FGS, and it's plans to be an absolute cracker.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Brandon. I'm absolutely ecstatic to get this one underway. Could be an early chance, actually, with R9 Ronaldo there. I was having a little look over the squads before this game did get started. 4 changes between the two. That's Carlos Alberto, Cannavaro, Vieira, and Mbappe all in for Gravesen.
Cheeky chip, R9, Rooney underway. He hasn't taken long at all. They might be teammates now. They'll have a laugh about this one. They will be teammates in the FGS tournament later on this year as one of our master teams. There's one man that will feature heavily in both sides, Richard, and that'll be R9. It's only taken him 4 minutes to get Daniel Aguilar off the mark in his FIFA main event matchup.
Expect goals, expect fireworks in this game. We've seen Gravesen previously on the FIFA main event. He's looking to make an impact this time around. 1-1. We asked for goals, and boy, are we getting them.
Wow, wow, wow. Minutes is all it took for DUX Gravesen to reply. And quite an interesting story, these two players. They matched up last year in the La Liga. As I said, they were close friends there, but on the virtual pitch, it was more of a rivalry. I mean, a massive knockout bracket final in Spain last year in Barcelona. However, since FIFA 22 hit the ground running, these two have teamed up as teammates with DUX Gaming, a FGS Masters side, and I'm sure they'll be having a bit of fun with this game. Usually playing 2v2 FIFA, now it's 1v1, it's head-to-head. And they've got the ability, as you rightly said, Richard, to just have play with these fantastic players. Cruyff for 2, maybe a little bit too heavy on the touch. Ball roll scoop turn, and wasn't for Maldini there, the last-ditch effort. That would have been 2 goals to 1 to DUX Dani.
I love the audacity of the ball roll scoop turn around the goalkeeper. Eusebio's eyeing up this 2-against-1 at the back, but he's good enough to take this.
Look at the space available every single time that ball does go forward. Nothing came of that one. You can already see it from the get-go, how quick Gravesen will counter-attack this team, how many white shirts he's got running forward, the pace available as well, whether that's in the quality of Eusebio or Pele. The line is so high. Chance to come forward, whipped in deep. Pele's there, timed it green and timed to perfection. Daniel Aguilar makes it 2 goals to 1, and have we even played 10 minutes in this game? Yeah, we have, just over that. 3 goals in 17 minutes. We've commentated a lot of FIFA main event, FIFA, Richard, but this is certainly up there in terms of goals.
This is what we want. This is what people click this video for. Goals, entertainment value through the roof. What a header, by the way. Time green at the back post. Rudo, give us a reply. Oh.
He so nearly did as well. Brilliant feat to sell 2 players there to find the original pocket of space. And that deadly finesse from 30 yards out, nearly causing havoc there for DUX Dani's goalkeeper. Certainly won't be the last of the goals. Look at the chance for Pele to run forward. It's a 3-on-2. Hullit's there. Eusebio's at the back post. It goes all the way through and becomes quite a routine day in the end for Roberto Carlos. He's one of the few players that they've both agreed on in their starting 11s. They've had, as you rightly said, Richard, only 4 changes between the 2 teams, but I think left back this year, especially with what is available in the game of FIFA 22. Carlos still earning his right to be in the team. Is the Brazilian fullback. This is nice. Zidane does well. Here's DUX Dani looking to try and find a way down that byline. Gravesen not diving into the tackle. Eventually wins the ball back, and a chance to break for him now.
Yeah, you were talking about Roberto Carlos. He's so viable in at fullback. A lot of promoter items, a lot of sort of new players coming into the fray, whether it's in your weekend league, division rival teams, or even in competitive landscape. But when the icon lid is lifted, they make up 99% of the squads, and the only player who's not an icon on this pitch right now is Kylian Mbappe. And only one player has got Kylian Mbappe, that being Gravesen.
Tell you what, just to sort of spice in these attacks from DUX Dani, elastico, scoop turn, ball rolls. There's just such an array of skills. Back to goal. Pele turns. Brilliant block. At the back. There's a tackle that had to be made. And it was one that was timed to perfection in the end. Both these players only 23 years of age, but they've been in the FIFA scene for so long. Playing in all the tournaments around the world, including the FGS tournaments for the last couple of years. Of course, it was Gravesen that actually made it to the FIFA E World Cup final last year. His first ever FIFA E World Cup final. Unfortunately, of course, I didn't go to plan, but still, nevertheless, it honoured what a season he did have last year. However, he's got more to deal with from DUX Dani. Very ambitious finesse from 30 yards out. Comes back to him kindly, though. Pull it. Takes a punt, and just over the goalkeeper's head there, goes up for a goal kick in the end.
And on the previous attack, you saw Dani Aguilar using the player lock. Just to say that, thank you. Perfect timing, Gravesen, as he player locks it down the line. Really, really useful mechanic, useful skill to have in your locker, to be able to press in both right sticks and then move the player manually to a different position on the pitch and create more space, whether it's attacking or in the midfield chance creation area.
Nicely done, Maldini. He's been savoury at times at the back in his first 45, which has been action-packed. This feels like this first 45 is completely zoomed past of how counter-attacking-esque this has been. Attack, 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 goals galore. It might be the final chance of the first 45 here. Which way is it going to fall? It's going to potentially fall to Gravesen.
I think that's a bit risky saying that, to be honest, Brandon, because the way that this ball's been turned over.
Could be going the other way. It will be. Pele, brilliantly done, disguises the shot. Then Daniel Aguilar will sell Gravesen there. Completely the wrong way. Easy finish for him, and that's the experience that a player of that quality will bring you. Pele selling 1-2 players to the shot, makes it 3-1. And what an introduction this is to the FIFA main event for Daniel Aguilar. Lead 3-1 at the break in this DUX Derby.
I'll tell you what, Van der Sar has just been absolutely sat down by Pele right there. Lovely cancel inside the box from Dani, slots it in. You can see the chance and stats there at half-time. Possession, XG, you name it, it's in the favour of DUX Dani at the moment. The only thing Gravesen's winning on is the tackles at the moment. A lovely stat that I like to see, Brandon, where the players have received the ball from. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen, Gravesen get the ball to number 15. He's barely had it. He's only made about 4 passes, and that's been to number 16. All the play going down the left-hand side of the pitch, not a lot on the right.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for Carlos Alberto, I think, who's maybe out on that right-hand side potentially. Hasn't had a sniff of the ball, let alone a touch. Eusebio, who was around that cam area too. As we get back underway for the second half here, we should have the ability to check in with the players at some points in the games. We'll find out how they're finding this game, because we're enjoying watching it, Richard. It's been that action-packed in terms of attack, attack, attack. I don't think Gravesen's probably enjoyed dealing with the last 45 minutes of attacks, Richard.
No, certainly hasn't. They'll be looking to start the second half better than he did the first. That's for certain. But Dani is on a absolute mission here to add more. Oh, Dani Aguilar! This man cannot be stopped, Brandon.
And you've got to talk to us as well, Gravesen. How are you feeling right now? This man has just come out of the gate absolutely flying, and he's not giving you a break, let alone a breath.
The thing is, in the summer, we had to find a player because we are 4 players in DUX, and I thought about signing Dani, but I'm starting to regret that decision, you know?
Well, it's a great point that you make there, and I'll fire this question over to Dani as he has this attack now. I mean, for him, what's it like to play with you, Gravesen? Because obviously, Daniel, you've been friends with Gravesen for so long. You've played competitive FIFA head-to-head between the two of you. What was it like, in your own words, to join DUX and to team up with a player such as Jaime?
Creo que lo he entendido todo. Bueno, para mí jugar para DUX y sobre todo jugar con Jaime es de lo mejor que me podía pasar en mi carrera, porque empezamos Yo empecé a competir en FIFA 19 y fui de los primeros amigos que tuve y siempre nos hemos llevado muy bien. De hecho, yo le acompañé en los playoffs en Berlín en FIFA 19. Siempre nos hemos llevado muy bien, hemos congeniado muy bien. Entonces, yo creo que vamos a hacer muy buena pareja.
He's just basically...
Gravesen, you could translate.
Yeah, of course. He's basically saying it's an honor for him to play for DUX, but not only playing for DUX, but playing with me as his teammate, because we've been friends for, I don't know, 3 years. He even coached me in the FIFA 19 playoffs, and I did a really, really good tournament, progressing to the last 16, I think. So we're training together, we have good chemistry, and he thinks we're going to be doing a great year as a couple.
Amazing,
Great
amazing
job,
insight. We'll
Brendan.
let you get back to the game. 29 minutes left to try and pull away back into this one for you, Gravesen. Thank you for the time of you both. But he had a chance when he was in the middle of that interview there, Richard, for Gravesen to try and find another goal back. So he obviously does trail by 3 at this moment in time. Into the pause menu we shall go. It's got to be a case for Gravesen here, Richard, to say, you know what have I got to lose? 3 at the back. Let's get some bodies forward and let's have a laugh.
Yeah, I mean, not only is Gravesen playing FIFA, not only is he talking while he's playing FIFA, he's also translating 2 languages while he's playing FIFA. Is there anything Gravesen can't do, Brandon? No, there's not. He can do everything. He can do everything. Gravesen,
I mean, we are talking to a man here that... we are talking to a man who's pretty much done everything, Richard. He's a Liga champion, qualified for the World Cup before. He's been here, there and everywhere in this FIFA esports scene. As we'll see the changes that are made there. And it looks to be Zinedine Zidane that comes on for Vieira. And just the one change he has looked to make there. Will that be the change that will change everything for him, his fortunes? Because it has to change now, Richard. 25 minutes left. I just feel like Daniel Aguilar is not going to let off the gas here, and he's going to be looking for a 5th as he comes forward now, maybe trying to find that now.
Tried it a couple of times, didn't he? That little McGeady spin there. That's in over the top, though. Laurent Blanc's not going to catch Mbappe. Big chance. Ball roll into Laurent Blanc. Van der Sar just does about enough.
What chance it was for Gravesen. You felt like the ball roll maybe was the right idea until he found it into the player. This could be heartbreak. Time green. Lucky enough, Van der Sar's there to parry that one round the corner. Played short. This is DUX Dani now. Still in possession somehow. Which I do want to add into that interview point. They were talking about referee, penalty please. It's got to be a penalty there. Will he go into the book? Referee says no, I'll let you off. Hullet steps up on the receiving end though for Daniel Aguilar to make it 5-1. Up he steps. Which way will he go? Saved by Van der Sar. But is it too little too late, Richard? There's still 18 minutes left in this game, but 3 goals are needed.
It's still a little bit of a mountain to climb, isn't it? Ball roll scooped around the edge of the box. R9 dancing, looking for the roulette, picks it back up. R9 Ronaldo, what on earth can he not do? Seems like the ball was stuck to his foot with a piece of Velcro then.
More numbers forward for Gravesen now. He's got a 3-on-3. Mbappe back to goal. Which way will he go? Pele tries to link it in. There's space for Eusebio, but more importantly, Roberto Carlos was back to defend for his team to ensure there was no chance for a comeback. Mbappe this time. Again, this is still Gravesen looking to build a chance, looking to get a goal. Back! Finesse from distance! And it's the man that's just been subbed on. Zinedine Zidane says thank you very much. Finesse top corner, barring in. Game on. But there's only about 12 minutes left.
And that right there is the perfect #1 example of why Zidane is in over Vieira in a number of players' teams. Patrick Vieira, the chance of him scoring that is so slim compared to Zidane. Just picture perfect, postage stamp, finesse shot from Zidane. Maybe a late resurgence here for Gravesen. I say that, I don't want to jinx him, but he might look to be conceding here.
I think it might be the curse of the commentator, quite literally. Very nearly. It was. Keeper saves the day, but you can see where Gravesen's obviously put numbers forward now. There will be gaps that will naturally appear at the back. Zidane, the hero, could be even more of a hero. Plays into Mbappe. A bit of a snapshot from that far out. Even if it was time green with a player stood in the way, it was never going to find a way through. Pull it. Tries to switch it completely. It was ambitious. Roberto Carlos will deal with it. In the final 5 minutes in front of us here in the FIFA main event presented by PlayStation Tournaments. In this DUX Derby, we've certainly not been starved of goals. We've had 6 of them. Maybe there might be a 7th. Cheeky chip. Mbappe can't find a way through. Edwin van der Sar's in front of the back, and that's great composure shown from DUX Dani there, who's minutes away from a result here against his teammate. Or is there one more chance? Mbappe in no man's land. Gift of a goal, surely. Oh, no, round the corner. It's cheeky.
Ay, cómo me gusta.
Is
And even if he was to lose, Richard,
extra time
I think he'd
looming?
be over the moon to score that.
Oh, absolutely. I think you
I tell you what, we could be in here, Rich.
We could
Eusebio.
be.
Added time at 2 minutes. It's R9. Finesse from distance.
The last roll of the dice for Gravesen. What a game,
That's
though.
going to seal the
Fair
deal
play.
there. It's going to seal the deal there, Richard. Carlos can go into the book for all that Gravesen cares. It's been an absolute thriller in this DUX Derby. 7 goals between the two in this FIFA main event. Referee will conclude the tie, and it will be DUX Dani that beats Gravesen 4-3 in a 7-goal thriller to certainly remember. Well, what a game that was between the two DUX players there in Dani and Gravesen. 7 goals between the two. We certainly enjoyed commentating that one, but now we get the pleasure to talk to both of these two with the help of Gravesen that will be translating Dani's answers. I'm going to ask Dani a question first. Dani, did you enjoy that game? You scored 4 goals quite early on into it, and it just felt like you were free-flowing in the attacking way you were playing. Surely that was a good bit of fun for you.
Sí, he disfrutado mucho el partido. Al final creo que Jaime y yo somos 2 jugadores muy defensivos, pero como los FIFAs cambian y la escena de FIFA con los nuevos jugadores jóvenes hace que el FIFA últimamente sea mucho más ofensivo, tanto Jaime como yo somos jugadores defensivos, tenemos que intentar mejorar ofensivamente, y creo que el partido ha estado muy divertido.
Yeah, he's basically saying that he's enjoyed the match thoroughly, and he was spot on because he was talking about how Dani and I were kind of defensive players historically, but in the last few years, maybe in the last year, previous FIFA and this FIFA, it has changed the style of FIFA to a more attacking gameplay, and we had to focus in our attack for the last 2 years, and we did. So as you can see, we're pretty good at it at the moment.
And coming over to you, Gravesen, you talked about improving the attack there. You were smiling that entire game. It seems like you're having more fun with FIFA at the moment, with this sort of attacking impetus on your game. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah, the thing is, I've developed an enjoyment for this FIFA, the skills on FIFA. Like if I talk about FIFA 17, 18, or 19, I used to just pass the ball around the whole the field, and now I kind of enjoy more. I don't know, the reverse elastico, the croqueta, the dance roulette. Like I enjoyed it really much. So yeah, like, and also playing against Dani, who I know also likes this reverse elastico stuff. It was just pure fun, to be honest.
Yeah, and a question back to you as well, Gravesen. Again, you speak about enjoying FIFA. You've really been enjoying your FIFA recently, and the last couple of titles, you've absolutely been, of course, smashing it on the FGS circuit. Sorry. I love the way that, you know, we had that little bit of an interview in the game, though. I want you to talk about it more. You actually chose Daniel to join DUX, if that's correct. I know you have obviously had big games in the past in La Liga. You matched, I believe, in the first round of the knockout stages in the last tournament when that took place. You know, talk to me about that, because that's quite a lot of power that you had there to choose your teammate for the year, to get him a contract, to get him a spot with DUX for the year, and surely that was quite a process, but also a good one to get to play FIFA with one of your best mates.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to call Dani a friend, to be honest, and also to call him now a teammate, because we've been playing back and forth since FIFA 19. I eliminated him in the final of La Liga in FIFA 19, and then he eliminated me last year in FIFA 21, and we've kind of going back and forth, but he also helped me a lot to reach my biggest level in FIFA 19 in the playoffs, as I talked to you about earlier. But last year in the playoffs, he coached me again, and he was probably the main reason why I qualified for the World Cup. So now, playing together, I think we have a big chance of winning tournaments. Like, I think for the first time in a few years, I can see now myself as a candidate for a major champion, and that's because of him, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to April, to be honest.
Well, Danny, you were the chosen one, chosen by Gravesen. What did it mean to you to be able to pick up the phone and say, "Yep, I'm going to be joining DUX. I'm going to be the teammate of Gravesen, and I'm going to be, hopefully, for DUX Gaming fans out there, lifting a trophy this year"?
Para mí, cuando Jaime me llamó para poder firmar con... Bueno, me llamó Jaime, me llamó la gente de DUX para poder firmar con DUX y hacer pareja con Gravesen, para mí fue un honor, porque yo creo que era ese paso que a lo mejor me faltaba a mí en mi carrera, de estar en un equipo tan grande y poder así aspirar a algún título grande. Y creo que con Jaime, con lo bien que nos llevamos, la compenetración, y creo que somos dos grandes jugadores, como ha dicho él, creo que este es mi primer año en el que de verdad pienso que podemos ganar algo grande.
Yeah, he's basically said it was a moment he's gonna remember of his life. Not only my call, but DUX's CEO Mario, when he called him. And yeah, we kind of have the same mindset. Like, the chemistry is there between the two of us. He's more of the leadership of the two of us, to be honest, and I liked it that way. And he thinks it's his first year having chances to win a major, so we're just looking forward to it.
Amazing stuff. And a question back to you as well, Daniel. How have you adjusted to the life of being a DUX esport player? We've seen videos of insights of playing FIFA maybe through the night and going to the gym and eating well and training well and, just having a bit of an infrastructure. How have you adjusted to the life of being a DUX player, and have you enjoyed it so far?
Yo creo que me he adaptado bien de momento a cómo ser un buen jugador de DUX. Creo que tengo una buena mentalidad y también un buen estilo de vida. Voy al gimnasio, intento comer bien, y aparte tengo mucha suerte de poder tener un entrenador como es Carlos Legend, también de contar con otro entrenador como Javi Villar, que nos ayudan a los jugadores en todo, y creo que es fácil adaptarse porque es un privilegio que no todos los equipos de esports tienen.
Yeah, he's basically said he's kind of fit really well in the team, and my words, not his words. He has the best lifestyle of all of us. He goes to the gym, he is training at the headquarters, and he feels he's really lucky to have not only one but two coaches to help him. The main coach, the head coach, Carlos Legend, and the assistant coach, Javi. It's not a pleasure, it's not something all of the esports players in Europe or even the world have. And we in DUX, we have two coaches, so we're lucky for that. And he feels he's here to do big things.
A final question from myself. It's coming to you, Gravesen. Stepping away from sort of FIFA itself, you are one of the most successful players within sort of FIFA esports. You're one of the most respected players as well. Do you feel a little bit of responsibility, not only for your teammates, but also sort of other FIFA esports athletes, to be a role model to some of those players?
Yeah. I feel I have a responsibility to be a role model, to be honest. Like, we're training with Adolfo Madrid right now, who's a psychologist and a big coach who does stuff with big names in the in the Spanish scene, but not. I'm not talking about esports. I'm talking about footballers like Marcos Llorente or Borja Iglesias. So I feel very lucky to have that responsibility. Like, it's obviously pressure on my shoulders, but I carry it well, and I think I am a role model not only in the FIFA esports scene in Spain, but in other games scene. So yeah, it's a responsibility, and I enjoyed it. And to be honest, it's what I look forward to the most. Like, when some kid comes to me and he says he wants to be a FIFA esports player when he grows up, like, to me, that's the most special thing that can happen. So I feel very lucky, to be honest.
Amazing stuff. And again, thank you both so much for your time today in this FIFA main event, a 7-goal thriller. We wish you all the best for the rest of the season in the FGS Masters, of course, when that takes place later this year with that Team of the Season Cup. But all that's left to say, Rich, is a goodbye. And what a game we've had today. 7 goals, certainly going to be one of our favourites of the year. Yeah,
incredible. What a way to start the year as well. Hopefully, only upwards from here, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all from us here in this FIFA main event presented by PlayStation Tournaments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content here at EA FIFA Esports.